It's been an honor to be class secretary for the past 4 years. To the parents and guardians of the class of 2020. Without you, none of us could be here today. From our first steps in kindergarten through our last steps in high school, you have been there to guide us along the way. You have encouraged us to take risks, but were always there to catch us if we fell. You've been the light on our darkest days, especially under these circumstances. Yes, this is a huge accomplishment for us. It is also one for the parents and guardians who have to study for every exam, answered homework questions, and wiped our tears when things didn't go as planned. It takes great strength to be our parents, and it is evident today, as we stand strong together, that you are our true role models. We want to thank you for all that you have invested in us. We hope that we make you proud now and in our future endeavors. Now please join me as I recite the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Now I present to you our national anthem performed by Randy Painter.
Welcome, Williamstown class of 2020, parents, guardians, members of the Board of Education, faculty and staff, and the entire Williamstown Braves community. Today, we honor our beloved senior class, a resilient group of students who spent the last 4 years preparing for this day. Thanks to all of their hard work, the work of our faculty and staff, and the unconditional love and endless support from their families, they made it. Nothing could have stopped them, not even a global pandemic. In this ceremony, you will be hearing from a variety of speakers and performers, including our interim superintendent, Mr. Thomas Coleman, and our Board of Education president, Mr. Tony Ayers. Our salutatorian, Rachel Chekanekio, and our valedictorian, Liana Chen, will share words of wisdom with their classmates. Next, we will hear a song by the very talented Morgan McNulty. The treasurer of the class of 2020, Lucia Gervais, will recite an inspiring poem. The president of the class of 2020, Giovanna Saya, will deliver her insightful charge to the class, and the beautiful voices of the chamber choir will sing our alma mater. Now, I'd like to introduce the class of 2020 Vice President, Lindsay Hare, to address the faculty.
Hi, I'm Lindsay Hare, and I'm the Vice President for the class of 2020. From our first day of elementary school to our unexpected last day of high school, we would like to thank all that our teachers have done for us. From the ABCs and times tables to AP Calculus and Chemistry, we have learned so much both in and out of the classroom. We may have been annoyed with the amount of homework assignments we're given, rolled our eyes at pop quizzes, and had anxiety about benchmarks, but in the end we understood the value of those assignments. We learned that doing the work was worth it. Although we are moving on to our next chapters, teachers have impacted our lives so much and will always be an important part of what we become. The Munner Township School District is fortunate to have such amazing faculty. On behalf of our class, we would like to specifically thank our advisors, Mr. Carl and Mr. Fow, for the countless hours of work you have put in towards making our high school experience the best it could possibly be. This year will definitely be one we will never forget, and we are so thankful for all our teachers have done to maintain a degree of normalcy despite what we have lost. We are devastated that our time with our teachers was cut short, but this will only make us stronger. Whether we attend college, join the military, enter trade school, or the workforce, we will take with us the knowledge and life lessons we have gained from years as your students. The class of 2020 has learned that despite a global pandemic, we can adapt and overcome and triumph over any obstacle, as our teachers have done with online learning given almost no notice. You have taught us that learning never stops. We will continue our education beyond Williamstown High School. You have made us lifelong learners, and you all play a key part in all of our successful futures. Whatever our future holds, please know that our academic success originated in the home of the Braves. Now I present to you the class of 2020 Salutatorian.
Welcome graduates, parents, guests, teachers, and administration. My name is Rachel Chekanekio, and I am deeply honored to have been given the opportunity to speak to you today, as it is without a doubt a significant milestone in our lives. It is an occasion on which we should reflect upon the changes that we have undergone the last 4 years. I ask you to think back to your first day of high school, your first pep rally in the gym, the 100th day of school, homecoming football games, and every semi, prom, and class trip. If you close your eyes, I guarantee that you can picture yourself, either filled with nerves or overjoyed with excitement. Each memory is clear and our feelings are distinct, despite the time that has passed between each momentous event. With one blink, we have arrived at our graduation, and many of you are probably wondering how we have reached the end of our journey at Williamstown High School. Just a minute ago, we were begging to grow up and yearning for independence. We were fighting to make our own choices and waiting rather impatiently into the day we became adults. Now, some of us find ourselves reminiscing and watching all of our favorite childhood shows on Disney+, recalling the past, and in some cases, wishing we could return to those simpler days. But time marches on, and we are beginning to write a new chapter in our lives. We are extending beyond our limits to indulge ourselves in the wonders of possibility and change. As we look back and admire our 4 years of high school, it may provoke thought regarding the conclusion of our senior year. While having to view our graduation on a screen was unforeseen, the class of 2020 has dealt with unpredictable occurrences since the beginning. Our paths have been molded by the lessons we have learned by our 4 principals, and we have been scared straight into achieving success. Although we lost our smoothie bike, wherever it may be, and the feelings in our toes outside during the pipe burst, we have not lost our motivation to thrive in our futures. Being at home may have been vaping us crazy, but it further emphasized that we are the best class able to adapt to the current circumstances. Growing up can be frightening, and going into the unknown is daunting, but Williamstown High School has provided us with the education and the relationships needed to make a difference. We've experienced change, and now we are prepared to be the change. So, as we embark on our journey, we must not be distracted by the negative aspects in our surroundings. Instead, we must take a moment to soak in the beauty of the world around us. I understand and relate to being consumed by pressures and small details that seem far more important than they actually are. Over the past year, in the midst of challenges and growth, I've learned the significance of taking a deep breath to appreciate the vast horizons beyond my reach. While I urge you all to dream endlessly and have infinite hope, I'm not going to say don't be afraid. Though each risk is an opportunity to succeed, it comes with the possibility of failure. It is natural to have fear. We are human. It is most important not to let this fear hold us back. Failure is not the enemy, no matter how much we dislike defeat. People are always good, and life will forever be a gift. Everything happens for a reason, so just make a promise that you will stay true to yourself, rise up when you fall, and find the light in the darkness. We have learned that there are forces we cannot control, but we decide who we want to be. So have courage in the face of fear, love in the presence of pain, and strength in this world of change. As John F. Kennedy said, we must find the time to stop and thank the people who have made a difference in our life. Thank you to our beloved parents and teachers that have instilled with us the love of learning and respect. You have given us the insight and the tools to make our minds stronger and the world brighter. Thank you specifically to my mentors, Senora Torres and Miss Miracle, for standing by me the last 7 years. To Mr. Van Dyke and the middle school drama advisors for giving me the confidence to be myself. And to my grandmom, Aunt Lorraine, mom, and dad for their never-ending love and support. I would be nowhere without you. I also would like to thank my best friends, Sarah, Leanna, and Abby, for experiencing the wild adventures with me and being by my side throughout every failure and every victory. I love you all. And though each senior has their own influential figures to thank, we must first acknowledge the unity we share as the class of 2020. Despite established cliques or stereotypes which arguably exist, we are connected through our memories and our experiences. There are people you don't like, relationships that have fallen apart, and grudges you are determined to keep. But these acquaintances and so-called enemies will be your story. They made up your high school class, and they will forever be in your heart. And though lives will change and continually evolve, no distance will ever erase this bond. We have shared the good times and bad. We have leaned on one another. We have supported our teams, and we have established our visions for the future. Our spirit will live on as it is one of a kind, and our resilience will be our greatest power. So, let's continue to hold the world in our hands. We will defy gravity, and nothing will ever bring us down, since we are strong, we are brave, and we are 2020.
Hello everyone, I am Leanna Chen. First, I would like to thank my parents, my family, and my friends for supporting me in all my endeavors in the past 18 years. I would also like to thank my teachers and counselors for guiding me to where I am today. But in addition, I would like to thank more than just any person. I am grateful for the time that I spent at Williamstown High School, but I would like to specifically thank all of you for being a part of my experience. I may not know everyone that is watching, but chances are that you have left a positive impact on me in some way or another. And that is why when I think about our community here at WHS, I am reminded of a great metaphor about a river. You see, a river keeps on flowing no matter what happens. A community such as ours generates the same force that pushes through even the toughest of times. Now, at the end of that river, is a vast ocean. That's what's in store for us graduates. We reached the end of our long journey and are getting ready to enter the world. Some may say that you spend the best years of your life in high school, but you don't have to make this true. Don't stop living now that high school is over. If we remain forever at the end of that river, too scared to enter that ocean, we become stuck. Yes, it is unknown territory, and who knows how deep we may sink into its darkness. But we also know that there's beauty in what lies ahead of us. It's not just a sea of uncertainty, but a world of possibilities and opportunities. There's no script on how to live your life, but that just makes the process of figuring it out more fun and more unique. I'm sure it seems scary and daunting, but don't forget how capable we all are. Our experiences here have prepared us enough for what we are about to face. The challenge of living in society as functioning adults. High school may have just been 4 boring years, but if you think about it, 4 years is a long time. That's about a quarter of our lives, and a lot of growth took place between that time. I'm not just talking about the countless facts we learned for biology or how to write a research paper. High school was more than just a place for academic learning. It's a whole life experience. We went through all sorts of transformations, whether it be mentally, emotionally, socially, and even physically. The difficulties we have previously faced only strengthen how we'll respond to future hardships, and in our rapidly changing world, we need that skill more than anything. The many years we spent in this public school system have laid the foundation of who we are as people today. Each one of us was born with potential, and we were fortunate enough to have mentors along the way that nurtured and encouraged us. We thought we were just learning a history lesson or a math concept, but in reality, our teachers were establishing an environment to help us thrive. They know that we are the future and that we are the next catalyst for change. All the problematic issues we complain about, we finally get the chance to improve it. All the years we're being told we're some clueless kids, we're finally being taken seriously. Yes, we are young, but our minds are bright. We radiate a revitalizing energy that marks the birth of a new era. We are that breath of fresh air and that spark of innovation. We are the future. Congratulations to Williamstown High School's graduating class of 2020.
I close my eyes and I can see a world that's waiting up for me, that I call my home. Through the dark, through the door, through where no one's been before, but it feels like home. They can say it all sounds crazy. They can say I've lost my mind. I don't care if they call me crazy. We can live in a world that we design. 'Cause every night I lie in bed, the brightest colors fill my head. A million dreams are keeping me awake. I think of what the world could be, a vision of the one I see. A million dreams is all it's gonna take. Oh, a million dreams for the world we're gonna make. There's a house we can build. Every room inside is filled with things from far away. Special things I compile, each one there to make you smile on a rainy day. They can say it all sounds crazy. They can say we've lost our minds. I don't care, so call us crazy. Run away to a world that we design. 'Cause every night I lie in bed, the brightest colors fill my head. A million dreams are keeping me awake. I think of what the world could be, a vision of the one I see. A million dreams is all it's gonna take. Oh, a million dreams for the world we're gonna make. However big, however small, let me be part of it all. Share your dreams with me. You may be right, you may be wrong, but say that you'll bring me along to the world you see, to the world I close my eyes to see. I close my eyes to see. Every night I lie in bed, the brightest colors fill my head. A million dreams are keeping me awake. I think of what the world could be, a vision of the one I see. A million dreams is all it's gonna take. A million dreams for the world we're gonna make. For the world we're gonna make.
Dear Williamstown High School Administration, my name is Lucia Gervais, and I am proud to be the class treasurer for the class of 2020. There was no script or handbook. There were no training or classes on how to plan for this year we had. A completely unexpected turn of events in the lives of all of us was quickly upon us. None of us could have foreseen the challenges that not only face us students, but also the administration. As our leaders, we know that your job can be difficult under normal circumstances, but this year became a challenge unlike anyone could have ever imagined. To return to WHS, where 4 years ago we began our journey, a journey that began when you welcomed us with open arms as we marched over from the middle school.
We are so lucky and fortunate to have had your guidance and leadership through these 4 years. But more importantly, I am fortunate to have personally interacted with each of you. In my heart, I know that the best interest of our class was always your number one priority, and for that we will always be grateful. While the year did not turn out as expected, we will leave with a legacy that will be forever remembered, and a bond between students and administration will be forever linked. Thank you for your dedication to us and for doing everything in your power to make our senior year the best it could possibly be. Please follow along as I read the poem titled Believing in You by Catherine Pulsifier. Never stop believing in yourself. When others doubt, don't you? Do what you love to do. No one knows better than you. Life is too short to live others' dreams. Follow your own dream. Push yourself to reach your goals and live life you once dreamed. Trust your instincts. Be true to yourself. You know what is right for you. Never give up or give in. Forget the words I don't know. You can learn, you can research, you can do. Your mind is powerful. When you believe you can, you find a way, you won't waste a day. Persist and persevere, do not fear, because if you believe in you, you will find dreams can come true. May all your dreams turn into goals, believe in yourself. And remember, all life is a choice. The decision is up to you. Now I would like to welcome a member of Monroe Township Board of Education.
I would like to say congratulations to our seniors, our parents, their guardians, and family. I know this has been a rough year, but I'd simply like to say good luck, God bless. We as the Board of Education have absolute faith in you. Thank you.
Greetings, members of the Board of Education, high school administration, staff, parents, and family, and of course to the members of the Williamstown High School class of 2020. I am Tom Coleman, interim superintendent. You know, it goes without saying that this has been a time of which your class has faced a unique, challenging, and yes, disappointing year as the graduating class in the year of the pandemic. I applaud all of you, your families, your teachers, and in particular your principal, Mr. DiStefano. Under his hard work and leadership, you all have worked earnestly to make the best out of a mandated set of restrictive guidelines to ensure the health and well-being of everyone for this ceremony. Let there be no doubt about it. If we could have made it more special and as close to normal as we could, we would have. But let's talk perspective just for a moment. In spite of all the disappointments of this truncated ceremony, there are many like us who've had to alter their once-in-a-lifetime events. They canceled weddings, honeymoons, lifetime vacations, anniversaries, birthday parties, class reunions, and the like. But like today, all those altered and canceled events are greatly disappointing. But I think we should pause. Pause and reflect on those throughout our state and nation who suffered greatly as a result of this pandemic, who have lost loved ones, grandparents, parents, spouses, siblings, family, and friends, without having had the opportunity to be with them in their final days, nor have final service to offer them their final goodbyes and to be consoled and comforted by their family and friends. You see, it is your choice and how you want to feel about today. So I ask you just to pause a moment and realize and appreciate that in spite of these disappointments and in perspective, you come to us today thinking of those less fortunate than us, and reflect on the fact that as we gather here today, you are blessed. Blessed to take part in a graduation ceremony today that recognizes the fruits of you and your parents' labor over the last 12 years. Blessed to celebrate this event with your parents in person and with family and friends in a virtual format. Blessed to take part in a graduation ceremony today that recognizes the fruits of you and your parents' labor over the last 12 years. Blessed to celebrate this event with your parents in person and with family and friends in a virtual format. Blessed to have had the opportunity to be afforded an excellent education that will give you the skills to thrive in your adult life. And finally, blessed to live in a nation that provides for you the freedom and opportunity to use your skills and education to make choices that will determine your success in life. You see, it is your choice to decide whether or not to bemoan the circumstances of your graduation ceremony today, or choose to put it in perspective and celebrate how fortunate we all are to be here today. And on a grander scale, it will be the choices you make going forward that will determine how successful and happy you will be in your life. And so tonight, Mr. Ayers and members of the Monroe Township Board of Education, as Superintendent of Schools, I, Thomas A. Coleman Jr., present to you the class of 2020. I certify that the eligible young men and women before you have fulfilled the graduation requirements set forth by the state of New Jersey and by the Monroe Township Board of Education and are prepared to receive their diplomas.
To the class of 2020. Hi, my name is Giovanna Saya, and I am the 2020 Senior Class President. Congratulations, we did it. Together, we made it through 4 long years at Williamstown High School in what feels like the blink of an eye. I truly cannot believe the day we have all worked so hard for, the day we finally have to say goodbye to the 4 years we have spent at Williamstown High School is here. Since we were kids, this moment is one we have envisioned 1,000 different ways, but no one envisioned it to be happening quite like this. Over the years, I have had the honor of being your class president. I have watched us have back-to-back football state championships, jam-packed sports games with fans decked out in various themes, shout out to the Chop House, performances of outstanding musicals and plays, and band competitions that can be heard throughout town. Our talents are limitless, and so is our future. In these 4 years, we have all experienced unforgettable laughs, tears, challenges, and successes. Some of these experiences range from our first awkward slow song at our middle school's 8th grade dance to our last prom that will probably turn into our 1-year class reunion. Our class shares a special bond that will last a lifetime because no other senior class will be able to tell the stories we will. We are graduating during a pandemic, and we are saying our final goodbyes through Zoom calls with peers and teachers. We never got to experience the events we have planned, but through it all, we stayed 2020 strong. Williamstown will forever be held close to our hearts because this is where we have grown up together, and this is where we will all go our separate ways. This class is full of young adults with the ambition to do anything they set their minds to. The class of 2020 is made of scholars, artists, athletes, and most importantly, braves. Our memories we've created have made us who we are today. To my peers, look at the people sitting beside you and thank them. In one way or another, they have impacted your last 4 years here. If you are sitting near one of your fellow classmates, congratulate them. This hasn't been easy, but like you, we have made it. Some may say high school is the best 4 years of your life, but I do not fully agree with that statement. High school is but one tiny chapter in all of our lives, and we have so many more amazing years ahead of us. There are over 400 other WH graduates in the same boat as you right now, so do not fear the failures because we will stand together and motivate one another to work 10 times harder. I hope each of your lives is full of endless opportunities, happiness, and success. With all of that said, to Williamstown High School Class of 2020, I wish you the best of luck and never forget, once a brave, always a brave. With love and best wishes, your class president, Giovanna Saya. Can you please move your tassel from right to left as I now present to you the Williamstown High School Class of 2020.
Alma Mater, hail to thee, sons and daughters all are we. Sing ye braves of blue and white, of our lasting loyalty, giving knowledge and service for the rest of our lives. In times of peace, or in deadly strife, in the future, Williamstown High, memories of you ne'er will die, as we reach our goals in each heart it holds.